Okay, this next guest of mine has a very interesting story. She is a local activist, a spoken word artist, and she is in a new, well, not new, it's a reprise of a performance called No Child at Geva's Next Stage. Reenah Golden joins us. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, you did this, you played, you performed in this, I should say, about 3 years ago.
Yep.
And now it's back.
Yep.
and you're bringing No Child back to Geva. You play all the different characters?
Yep, all 16 of them. Me and my solo cast of 16.
Oh my gosh. Okay, tell people what No Child is about.
Okay, so No Child is basically the story of this teaching artist, and it was written by Nilaja's son, and she wrote it based on her experience going into schools in New York City. She's a teaching artist. She goes into a school to do a play with some kids, and you know, it's basically everyone who you would find in any typical high school building.
Okay.
So it's the students, the teachers, the principal, the security guard, the janitor, who
I was going to say,
is a beloved character.
Encompasses everybody. You play these characters, but it's for a purpose. What is her point? What is the point you make through the stories of all these different characters, which must be incredibly taxing for you as a performer, I can only imagine.
It's a lot of work.
You drink a lot of water, I bet.
A lot of work, a lot of water, a lot of vocal exercises. But it's a labor of love, because it really is about the work that many of us are doing, just kind of going into the trenches, so to speak, and still believing in our kids, believing in the system, even though there's so many things that, you know, frankly are failing about the traditional public school system that we're in right now, but knowing that there are these moments that you can build on. You know, in this case, it's through a play that the kids are doing together with Miss Sun, the teaching artist. But it's not just about that play. You know, it really is about, you know, getting in there, building relationships. You know, as she says in the script, you know, building a team. You know, building Korahe as a great, you know, as thespians, and you know, and really just spending some time getting to know what are some of the issues that are pertinent to the kids then and there, to the teacher right then and there, to the administration right then and there, and seeing if we can find a way to kind of fight through some of those issues.
She could have probably gotten a lot of material from looking at our own city school district, and indeed some of the schools in Monroe County. I mean, you know, this is an urban school that she's writing about, but some of the characters and some of the scenarios could be played out in schools across the country, really.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've done this play. I started doing it in 2009 right here in Rochester, and then I've gone everywhere from, I did a short run in Pittsburgh at Kelly Strayhorn Theater. I've been to Indiana, Gary, Indiana, doing it there. I've done it as a teacher, kind of educator's workshop. And what I find, and what we find in talking to Nilaja too, is that it's any city USA. It really isn't about the actual community that the school is placed in. You know, oh, this is New York City. Those are New York City issues.
That doesn't happen here.
It's not.
People don't think that way here.
What happens afterwards, during the talkbacks, you know, during the meet and greets that we have, is people talk about, that's my story.
Exactly. So there's that universal. Exactly. So it's universal in that sense.
Yes.
Such an important, you know, play, considering the times we live in. Again, we're in our time of a very struggling school district, you know, especially in the city of Rochester. And then, of course, the big controversy over the core curriculum testing. A lot of people upset about that. What do you think, we've got less than 2 minutes, what do you think she would say about the state testing that goes on? I know you said it touches on it just a little bit in the play.
It really is just a sly way of really, you know, pointing to, obviously this is pertinent because it's in the news. Back then it was No Child Left Behind. Right now, you know, it's Common Core testing. But what it comes down to is that it's not about those tests. You know, it's about the kids, you know, and this play really spends that time with letting the audience get to know the kids and the teachers and the struggles, and realizing that it's not about what we think it's about, which is, you know, these tests.
Sure, it's about the kids.
It's about the kids.
And again, it's about the characters. Again, this woman plays 16 different characters. It's at Geva's Next Stage. Don't miss it. It plays through April 21st. Reenah Golden, I can only imagine the night after you perform how you must feel, but I also know you take great pride in it, and people certainly want to thank you for that, I'm sure, afterwards. So,
thank you.
And thank you.
Hope to see you all out there.
All right. Again, it is No Child at Geva's Next Stage through April 21st. We'll be right back.